Hey guys, welcome back to the Streams of Income radio show. I'm your host, Ryan Rieger. Grab my book, Streams of Income, for free. Just pay the shipping and handling. If you go to streamsofincomeradio.com, that's streamsofincomeradio.com. You can get all the past episodes as well. We're on episode 21. Can you believe it? Man, it's time has flown by. I've had some amazing guests. Today, you just get me. I'm solo today. We're going to be talking about streams of income. Of course, that's the name of this show, the name of my book. But it's something I know that people want to do. I know you listen to this, you might be thinking, gosh, that sounds nice. I'd love to do that. How do I do that? Well, today I'm going to show you the exact blueprint that I have used, that I've worked with, that I helped create with my partner, Jenny Hunt, of the private label, The Easy Way Group, the Influence the Easy Way Group that we've started, and show you exactly how we've created multiple streams of income. I've created 16 plus different streams of income using this exact blueprint, and I want to share that with you today. But I want to encourage you, because I know a lot of you are sitting there thinking, gosh, that sounds awesome. I wish I could do that. I have no idea where to start. Where I'm going to tell you today, give you some tips, some of the things that I have done to make that happen for my life. And it's, guys, it's been a game changer. If I did not have these different streams of income, I don't know what I'd be doing. It has allowed me to be able to stay at home with my family. I have a 2.5-year-old son. He'll be 3 in April. And it's just such a blessing to be able to be here and knowing that if one of those streams goes away, I have others that can pick up the slack, and it's not going to be a big deal. And I want that for every single one of you. And guys, I'm here to tell you and to encourage you that it is so very possible. I see people all the time, students of mine, that are taking things that they're passionate about, things that they're knowledgeable about, and turning it into income. And it doesn't have to be something that you're passionate about. It's great if it is, but don't let that stop you from moving forward. Find something, find a need, find people to serve, and then the money will come. So that's a big tip right there. Find people that need what you have, serve them, and the money will find its way to you. So I want to go over some of the tips and the things that we've learned over the past few years. Again, my exact blueprint for creating multiple streams of income. But I want to encourage you that 2020, make 2020 the year that you start this. Now, I know a lot of you are currently doing something online, you have a business already, and you're wondering, how in the world do I take what I'm currently doing and put it off to the side in order to focus on something else? Say, for example, that you sell physical products online, but you have a real passion for writing a book, for example, and you're like, Ryan, how in the world do I put off my physical product business over to the side to be able to focus on something like writing a book? I just don't have time. There's not enough hours in the day. Well, guys, I get it. The thing is, you don't have to put your thing that's making money on the side. You just got to outsource. You got to find people that can come alongside you. You got to build a team. You got to put systems and processes in place that allow you to then take small snippets of time to focus on that other project. Never should you totally, well, I shouldn't say never, but you should bolt, not bounce. And that's a quote that I heard my friend Brett Bartlett say a few years ago at a conference. Bolt down things in your business. Don't bounce around from different idea to different idea. If you just constantly bounce around, you're never going to get anything done. So let's say that you have a business right now and it's working, you're creating income, but it's not something you're super excited about. That's cool. It's totally fine. It's bringing money into your business, into your life. But there's something else that God's put on your heart that you want to be doing, or there's other projects that you want to take on. How do you bolt down what you are currently doing? Let's say, for example, it's selling online. Then just find what are some tasks that you can outsource. Could you outsource the prep and ship? Could you outsource the shopping? All of the above, the answer is yes. There are people, students of mine, who are able to find shoppers or to find people who can touch box tape for them, pack up the boxes, send them off to Amazon, send the boxes off to your customers if you're doing merchant fulfilled, for example. All of that can be outsourced to free up your time to be able to focus on something else. And remember, you're not having to completely, I mean, most of these side things that you're going to start aren't going to take hours and hours and hours. You can put in whatever the amount of time that you do have. So another thing that you can do is be intentional about your time. Think about the time that you spend on social media. How much of that could you recoup if you just focused on that? So one tip we're going to get into is talking about community. Find those people that need what you have. So let's say that you are really interested in a certain topic. Say you love fishing and you feel like you're pretty good at it. You know some good places to fish around the country. You'd love to take that passion for fishing and turn that into an income. Well, one way to start doing that is just find community, find people online, go to Facebook groups that deal with that subject, find fishing Facebook groups, get involved, start answering questions, start providing value to that group. Once you start doing that, that's in being more intentional. Instead of scrolling through Facebook, your news feed or Instagram or whatever, be intentional with that time that you have, that you're trying to just relax and go through, find those communities, get involved in there, see what people need, see what questions they're asking. That'll give you ideas for products that you can create. If everybody is, there's a lot of folks stuck on one type of, they're getting a hiccup on what type of lure to use in certain areas or whatever. And the answers to all these questions. Well, I give you an idea of, well, this is a product I could create. This is a book I could write. This is a course I could come out with. This is a product or service that people need because I'm seeing the questions that they have. You're able to listen to folks in community. So get involved in those communities that are dealing with the subject that you are passionate about or that you want to get into. And when you find those folks, listen to them. That's how valuable the community piece is. That's one good place to start, is if you have no idea what to do with that passion, that skill set, those things that you're knowledgeable about, just find people, other people that need that are interested in that same topic, and then get involved in those communities. And opportunity will present itself. You'll see where people are stuck and be able to find products and services that you can offer. So guys, when I got started, we were selling furniture on Craigslist and eventually moved into eBay, into Amazon. We had our own website too, but I always knew I wanted to sell information, books, courses, but the struggle I had, my roadblock was, what in the world would somebody pay me for? What knowledge do I have that somebody would pay me for? I was thinking, who's going to want to learn how to have a furniture business? Well, there might be a few people, but I knew that wasn't my thing. So I struggled with that. And I know many of you might too. You might struggle with thinking, what knowledge do you have? How could I turn my passion, whatever it is, or my skill set, things I know, things I'm good at, how could I turn that into an income? Well, guys, you can. Start going into here's what you should do. Here's some homework. Go to Facebook, start typing in and finding groups that are dealing with the subjects that you're interested in. In one of my groups, we were doing this exercise and we saw a huge group just about corgis, the type of dog. So if you're a dog lover, for example, and you know a lot about Lhasa Apsos or whatever dog breed there is out there that you're interested in, look at Facebook groups. Look how many people are in a group dealing with your interest. You'll be surprised how many people have that same interest. All of those are potential customers for you. So just think about what you're interested in, start doing some searches and look for those groups and get involved in those groups. But I guarantee you, every single one of you have something that you've learned, something that you've overcome. If you've started a business and it's successful, that right there alone is something that you could create a course on, write a book on. And don't give me the excuse that it's all been done before. I hear this all the time, and I want to get into the next segment, destroying some of these excuses and get into the actual blueprint. But guys, there are no excuses. Make 2020 the year that you get this started, that you start building multiple income streams. If you haven't started any streams, that you start your first. So I want to encourage you that make 2020 this year, the year that you do that. Guys, this is Ryan Rieger with Streams of Income Radio. We'll be right back. Hey guys, this is Ryan Rieger with Streams of Income Radio. Welcome back. Remember, you can get my book, Streams of Income, the name of the show, at streamsofincomeradio.com. Totally free. Just cover the shipping and handling, and it will get it right to you. Also, on that page are all the past episodes. This is episode 21 of this podcast, this radio show. Super excited about that. Never did I even imagine I'd be on the radio or have a podcast. So this is really cool, seeing how God has worked through this and how this message of creating multiple streams of income is getting out there and blessing people. I'm super stoked about that. So we're talking about the blueprint. We're going to get into the actual blueprint that I've used to create over 16 streams of income. But first, as we're ending the last segment, we talked about some excuses that I hear people talk about. One is it's already been done. So yes, I'm good at this, but look at all the books out there that are on that topic. Well, guys, I'm here to tell you, there is not a book out there from your perspective. And I haven't been doing this a real long time, but I've been in selling online since 2008. And I've been in books and courses in various communities for several years now. And I've seen that I can say one thing, and then somebody else can come alongside and say the exact same thing. And someone in my community is going to get it from that person. Just the way they say it. Maybe they're more receptive to them. Whatever your topic, it does not matter how many books are out there, how many courses, how much information is out there about that topic. Your perspective matters. Your story matters. The way you say it will help someone get it. Essentially, they're going to identify with you. So if you are, let's say you're a 75-year-old man and you have done almost the exact same type of thing I have with selling physical products online, you've built up a nice business, you write a book about it, there are people who are going to just totally identify with you more. They're going to gravitate to you more. Maybe if they're an older man, they're thinking, well, this younger guy, of course he can do it because he's young. But then they see you and say, that's somebody I can totally identify with. They're in my same age range, maybe male or female, whatever it is. There are people that are going to get it from you more than anybody else. So don't make that excuse that it's already out there. It's already been done. We need your perspective and your story matters. So write that book, create that course, because it's going to help people. And that's the reason to do it. Of course, it's also going to benefit you too, because you obviously want to make a profit from it. And that is so possible. And that's what we're going to talk about. This is the master plan of influence, this master blueprint. It's an acronym, and you can download the infographic. Go to streamsofincomeradio.com and just go to episode 21, and there'll be a download there that you can see this whole blueprint essentially that Jenny Hunt and I have created. This blueprint came into being about 4 years ago when I was in a hotel lobby with my friend Jenny Hunt. We were speaking at a conference, and we looked at what we had done with my Private Label the Easy Way book. So I wrote a book called Private Label the Easy Way. It's about how to find sources for products, not having to source overseas, how to source domestically, how to build your own brand on Amazon, very low risk with very little money. And so we had taken that book, turned it into a course. We had a Facebook community out of it, and multiple streams of income had flown from that. And so we looked at that. And we thought, we have a blueprint. We could take about any type of topic, any content, put it into this blueprint, and create multiple streams of income from it. So let me go over this. It's MASTER. Again, you can go to streamsofincomeradio.com to episode 21. And then you'll be able to download this. This is how we've created multiple streams of income. And so the M stands for meet a need. And as you start at the top, just imagine this is like a big funnel. A funnel where you put water in and it comes out. You got a lot at the top, and then it comes down to a small stream at the bottom. You're going to have a lot of people that engage with you at the top of the funnel. People that maybe get an ebook from you, listen to your podcast, like you might be listening to me right now, and you may never go any further. You may never get my book. You may never take a course of mine, or we may never talk on the phone, and that's fine. You may get value, what you need from being at the top of the funnel, listening to my podcast or whatever. But then there's going to be people who need more, who want to go further down, that want to learn more from you. They want to engage more with you. And that's what this is. Jenny calls this an engagement funnel. So people at the top, they've heard of you. Maybe they've gotten a book or listened to your podcast. And as they go down, they get closer and closer. There's more engagement with you, because that person needs more. They want more. There's more value at the bottom of the funnel. This stuff at the top usually is free or very inexpensive, to get people interested. And as you go down, the things get more and more expensive. Like say a live event costs more than an ebook. Listening to a podcast is completely free. But as they go down too, that means more money for you, because it's more time involved with that person, with that group. And so your time is super valuable. And as you, at the very top, you may never even meet these people. You may never talk to them. But as they go down your funnel, there's more engagement with you. We call it more hand-holding. Like if you do one-on-one coaching, that's obviously a lot more hand-holding than somebody who's just read an ebook or listened to your podcast. So you may never talk to people at the top, but at the bottom, they may become your best friends. Or sometimes we also call them super fans, people who will buy about anything that you put out because they've bought into you. They believe you. They believe your message. It's blessed their life. And so this is super cool. So at the top part is meet a need. And these are things like a book. It could be an ebook. It could be a free webinar. It could be a podcast like this. It's just something that serves a need. It essentially is telling the world, hey, this is me. This is my message. Become engaged with me. Usually it's something that you want to give away in exchange for getting a person's email address, a way to contact them. Maybe it's a Facebook mini chat. There are, the Facebook Messenger. They have bots now that you can create a list out of that. It could be a text message type of app where you get their cell phone number in exchange for something. It could be a checklist. So as I'm going through this, just be thinking about the things that you are passionate about, the things that you're skilled at, things that you're good at, something that you know, how that could turn into an income, and think about some of these options. Now, this blueprint is not something that you have to do all at once. When we started my book, Private Label the Easy Way, we had no idea what this blueprint was. The blueprint didn't exist. I mean, it was there, but we hadn't discovered it. And so just think about these things as potential options for how you could take something that you're skilled at or passionate about and turn it into an income. Don't get overwhelmed. These are just what's possible. You're not going to do them all at once. You may never do all of them, but here's what's possible. So you've got the meet a need part at the top. It could be a checklist. It could be a tip sheet, anything that is valuable that a potential customer would give you their information for. So for me, when I did my book, Private Label the Easy Way, it was my book. The book was, I believe, $7. It was an ebook. It also was available in paperback form, but the offer I had was mainly the ebook, which was $7. And in exchange, I got people's email addresses. And guys, that's all I ever imagined I would do with that. I had no inkling that I would take that and turn it into a course with a mentoring program associated with it. And then we'd have mastermind groups and private label live events. That just was not on my radar. But you have the benefit of my experience to tell you that you can take something like an ebook and turn it into so many more streams of income. So what is that for you? What is that M piece? You don't have to figure it out now. Just know that there is a piece of information that you can put out that people will gladly say, yes, I want that. I want your book. I want to listen to your webinar. I want to listen to your podcast. When you have a podcast, you're going to send people to a page where they can download maybe some type of a cheat sheet for, if we're going back to the fishing niche, maybe it's the top 10 places to fish in the United States. And it's a list of, the secret places that you found that are super cool to go fishing at, that somebody who's a fisherman would be like, yes, that guy's is super experienced with fishing. I want to know what those 10 places are. Here's my email address in exchange for that. That starts the process. That starts the engagement. That serves a need. And some folks are going to stay at that level and never go any further. And that's totally fine. And you're going to have some folks that just want more from you. They want to engage further with you. It's not enough just to read a book or listen to a podcast. They want to know more. They want to go deeper. And this is where it gets super fun. And we're going to go more into this in the next segment. Guys, this is Ryan Rieger with Streams of Income Radio. Get my book, Streams of Income, for free at streamsofincomeradio.com. We'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back to the Streams of Income radio show. I'm your host, Ryan Rieger. Grab my book, Streams of Income, for free. Just cover the shipping and handling at streamsofincomeradio.com. Excited to get that into your hands because that gets the process started for so many people, so many of my students. They see what's possible. In that book, I talk about the 3 main ways to make money online. And in this episode, we're talking about creating multiple streams of income, and how I've created over 16 different streams. And this is the exact blueprint that I've used, and I'm sharing it with you now. In the last segment, we talked about the M piece of MASTER. The MASTER acronym is the Master Plan of Influence. And so the M piece is a free book. It could be an inexpensive book. It could be a podcast. It could be a free webinar, something inexpensive or free that gets people interested. You've seen them online all the time. Give me your email and I'll give you this. And so it could be something as simple as a sheet of information. It doesn't have, don't think about a whole book. This is something simple that you put together that is valuable enough that people want to give you their information to get. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, gosh, what could that be for me? What is my topic? Well, let me ask you this. What are your interests? This is from right in my book. What are you passionate about? What do you have a lot of knowledge about? When you go to a party or you're just around people, what do they ask you? What could you talk about for hours without any notes? What is that topic? And you might be thinking, well, yeah, that's fishing. I have, how can I make money with that? You can. And it's way beyond just, oh my gosh, you have to be a professional fisherman. Take my friend Katie Lamb, for example. She is a photographer. And so you might think, well, yeah, she's just a photographer and she just books gigs to make money. Well, she's done so much more with that passion and that skill that she has. She's turned that into courses. She's an influencer on Instagram. She has brands that pay her to mention them. Super, super cool. And so what is it that you do on a day-to-day basis? What are you good at? You could be like Katie and take something that normally you have to book more gigs to be able to make money. Think about what else might those customers be interested in, or what other photographers might be interested in. If you're really, really good at a certain way of editing, she sells her presets for her camera, and people want their pictures to look like her, so she sells that preset. So think about, just get creative, think outside the box. What is it that you know that could be valuable to other people? And it doesn't have to be millions and millions of other people that are interested. You just need a few thousand people that are interested in that, and you can make a serious income from it. So we were talking about the MASTER acronym, and we were at the M piece, which is that starts the engagement with your potential customer. Now we're at the A piece. This is where you add value. So if M is like the bones of this, A adds meat on the bones. This is where you start adding value to it. And what this looked like for me was, we took my book, Private Label the Easy Way, which is just a 75 or so page book, and we made it a course from it. So I partnered up with my friend Jenny Hunt, and we took that same exact information and we put it into assignments. We put it into lessons with assignments. So we just went a little bit deeper. We took each chapter, made it a module, And then we added homework for the person to do. And so that's, guys, that's all you have to do. You could take the same exact content that you have, and you don't have to come up with something totally brand new. You're just repurposing that same exact content that you put in that book, or that you talked about on a webinar, that you're talking about on a podcast, and make it a course. It doesn't have to be a course. It could be all different types of things that just go deeper on that subject. And it's not recreating the wheel. You're just taking the exact same information and you're adding meat to those bones. And for us, that was the course. And it's just a way for people to go deeper, to learn more, to be even more successful. Some people are going to grab your book and they're going to go with it and they're going to build great businesses. And that's awesome. Some people need a little bit more, and that's where a course can come in. And that's where we talk about the adding the value piece. Okay. After that, the S, the social community. Guys, this is probably my favorite part. This is where you get to interact with your customers. Now, remember, at the top of the funnel, the engagement funnel here, the folks that get your ebook, that listen to your podcast, some may never, ever interact with you. You may never, ever know who some of those people are, especially me being on the radio. Some of you are listening to this and we may never meet. You may never get my book. And that's totally cool. You may get a lot of value from this radio show and build a business or just add some value to your life. That's awesome. And I'm happy with that. Some of you, though, need more information. You want to go a little bit deeper. You want to get my book. You want to learn what this whole streams of income thing is about. And some of you want to go a little bit deeper even. You want to, you need to go deeper. You need a course to allow you to take action. And then what we did with my course was we took, a course is great, but what's so valuable about a social community is it's an opportunity for your customers to get more value, to get more engagement, for them to ask questions. So certainly they can get a lot of value from an online course, maybe with some videos or some PDFs. But some people are going to have more questions. They need extra follow-up. And having a social community like a Facebook group is an opportunity for you to provide more value. And the way this looked like for us was with the Private Label the Easy Way course, we made it a mentoring program. And so that mentoring program, it was based on Facebook. So we have a Facebook group called Private Label the Easy Way Mentoring. It's also called Proven Private Label, after we partnered up with my friend Jim Cockrum. But we have that Facebook group, which is super engaged, where people can ask questions about anything related to the Private Label the Easy Way program, Private Label or Amazon, whatever. And it's an opportunity for them to get more, to get all those questions that they have answered. But what Jenny and I had no idea would happen, and what is probably the biggest benefit of that community was for us. And we were able to listen to our audience. Now, going into this, we had no clue that this would be it. We thought the social community piece would be of value to our customers, and certainly it is, and it was. But the biggest value, I think, and I honestly believe that Jenny and I get more value out of it as the owners of that group, because we're able to listen to our customers. We saw through the process where people got stuck. So they had the book, they had the course, but there's still folks that, or we didn't put enough information in the course. They got stuck at certain points. And we consistently saw where people were getting stuck, and it gave us ideas for other products. So for one example, we saw as people were going through finding potential products for Private Label, we saw that a lot were getting stuck there. They didn't want to pull the trigger. They were nervous about it for whatever reason, about spending their money, which I totally get. Some just didn't know what to do, where to go with it. We found an easy way using Amazon's suggested search term box. When you go on Amazon.com and you just start typing in, Amazon starts providing you with suggestions of potential products that meet that criteria. And so we started using that and calling it a rabbit trail. So we would start with the letter A, and Amazon would start giving us words like Apple and Android and all that. And so we would show people how you could take just those suggested search terms that Amazon was providing and use them as rabbit trails or ideas for potential private label products. Because Amazon is basically telling you, hey, people are searching for these terms here. And so you obviously want to, why not go the direction that the customer's already searching for? So it gave us an opportunity to come out with what we called rabbit trail calls. These were over the shoulder type calls where we showed people our process, a fun process for finding private label leads. And we'd have 50 people on a call. We charged, I think, I think it was $100 for a 2-hour call. It was a video where they were seeing over our shoulder how we would search Amazon to find private label leads. And that was a product or service that we had no idea would exist when we started this group. It came out of listening. We listened to that audience and they basically told us what they needed. And we've also come out with other things from just listening to them. Where are they stuck? What do they need help with? How can we provide extra value for them? And other streams of income have come about, like the mastermind groups we've done, the tag groups, take action groups, live events have come out of listening to the audience, knowing that some people just need that extra hand holding, need to go deeper, want to go deeper, need that accountability. So all these things can come about just from one piece of information. My knowledge about how to private label products the easy way have turned into so many different streams of income that I never knew would be possible. But that social community piece has been super, super helpful for us developing all these different streams of income. And we're going to dig into in the next episode, the final segment, actually, the T, the E, and the R. So I have to go through these kind of quickly. But finishing up this master plan of influence, this blueprint that have allowed us to create multiple streams of income. Guys, I'm Ryan Rieger with Streams of Income Radio. We'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back to the Streams of Income Radio Show. I'm your host, Ryan Rieger. Excited to get back down into the blueprint, the T, the E, and the R. But first, I want to back up real quick and tell you that if you're listening to this and you're, gosh, I don't want to write an ebook or write a course, well, don't worry. All these things are super easy. You can, in fact, I'm going to share with you how you can, there's a group that we have that information in there, how to create a course in just 3 days, using the easy way we've used to create a course. Essentially, you don't have to put hours and hours and hours into something and hope people buy it. So it's a secret that we've learned that's helped us to create content quickly. But one thing I hear people say is, where do I start? And if I had to give you one piece of advice, I think we talked about this in the first segment, was find that community. So maybe even start with the social piece, start your own or get involved in somebody else's. So if you're passionate, we use the example of fishing, create your own Facebook group that is dealing with that part of fishing that you're passionate about. Maybe it's fly fishing. If you don't want to do that, get involved in somebody else's. Find the community that has the people, your potential customers. So just think, who are my potential customers and where are they hanging out online? And one place, easy place, is Facebook groups. So start there, go to Facebook, start doing searches for groups related to your topic and get involved in those groups. You'll learn pretty quickly what people need. What are they talking about? What product or service could I come up with that is of value to them? And maybe even partner up with the admins. Let's say there's a large group of 50,000 fishermen in a group and all they're doing is just hanging out and talking. It's their hobby, but you clearly see where there's a need there, where people would love to have X product, X service, whatever that is. And you could provide that. Partner up with the admin. Say, hey, I would love to come into your group and do a webinar on this, or let's create an ebook together, or I'll create the content. All you have to do is allow me to talk about it in the group, or you promote it to your group here. A cool win-win-win. So guys, there's so many options with this, but let's dig into the last three parts of this and then get into a way, then we share with you a way that you can get started in 2020 with your own multiple streams of income. Okay, so the T stands for team. And for us, this is like mastermind events. This our mastermind. This is all, guys, can all be done virtually. Don't think that you have to do all this in person. We do use Zoom, which is the software that I actually use to record this podcast. So you can do Zoom video conference calls with people all over the world. You could have a mastermind group of folks. A lot of my students do this, and they congregate on Zoom on these video conference calls, and they just share ideas. And so think about how your topic, you could go from a social community piece where you may have hundreds or thousands in a Facebook group, people that have read your book and taken your course, but then there's going to be some that just still want that deeper interaction with you. And remember, as they go down this engagement funnel, that's more of your time, which means more value to them, which means you can charge more. So a mastermind event where maybe it's or like what we have in our private label group, the tag groups, the take action groups, it's an accountability type of group, especially if you're taking people through a process. Some folks are going to totally just get your course and do it. They're self-motivated. There's some people that just need that hand-holding, that need to have a group that you get on weekly with them and say, hey, Roger, you said that you're going to, call this many suppliers this last week. What happened? You only did 2 and you wanted to do 10, or, great job. You called all 10 or whatever. People need that accountability. And so you can provide that at this level. Another thing that we love to do is live events. Getting in together, meeting with people in person. There's nothing that beats the feeling when somebody comes up to us and says, because of your course, because of this community, my husband has been able to quit my job. I've been able to quit my job. I've been able to stay at home with the kids. Guys, that stuff, there's just nothing that beats that feeling. And it just keeps us going. It's like, yes, we got to keep doing this. And so people will do that. People will come up to you and thank you for what you have created. And it's super fulfilling. But the live events is another way to essentially monetize what you're passionate about, what you know. And people will come. People will pay to be in the same room with you. You'll end up, in a way, being like a mini celebrity in your niche. So that's super fun to be able to meet with people in person. I love that face-to-face interaction. If that totally scares you, don't do it. Just do the webinars and the mastermind groups all virtually. End-to-end services, that's the E piece. That's a complete done for you. So real quick, the example for this might be if you have a course on how to build beautiful websites. Well, maybe this piece, the E, is one where you actually just do it for them. Now, remember, you could do this. You could just have a team that does this. You wouldn't have to actually do the work. You could have virtual assistants do the actual work for you, but then you can provide a service of it done for you. So that's the E piece. And then the R, the last one, is recurring revenue. This is the main thing. This is what you definitely want to be thinking about as you're building this up. Most people don't start there. You could, but you typically, what this looks like is maybe a membership site. So you have going with a fishing example, you have a fishing membership site where people can be in a Facebook group. It's a closed group. They have to pay to be in it. But then they get all this added content, access to you. Maybe you do, live calls once a month. And maybe it's $50 a month, just as an example. You get a few hundred people in there, and guys, that's some serious income. And I've done this several times with some of the content that I have, and it's a beautiful way to create some stable foundational income and serve people really, really well. And so that's the recurring revenue piece. So usually it's like a membership site of some kind that people pay to be involved in, and they get updates every so often. That's it, guys. That's the master plan of influence. MASTER. Again, go to streamsofincomeradio.com. This is episode 21 and click on that link to see the infographic and be able to dig into this a little bit more. But I want this year, 2020, to be the year that you start doing this. You have something on your heart that you want to get out to the world. In fact, guys, the world needs what you have. There are people waiting on the other side of your obedience. And you know that, God's been pricking your heart. You got a message in there that he's given you that people need to hear. It's got to get out there. So how are you going to do that? Well, I would love to partner with you this year to help you make that happen. Jenny Hunt and I actually created a course called Influence the Easy Way. And it's a play on our private label, The Easy Way. We love to make things simple. This does not have to be hard. I know it sounds like a monumental task, writing a book or creating a course. Guys, I promise you it's not. We've done it so many times, and it doesn't have to be perfect before you get it out there. You can always tweak it. In this age of the internet, you can literally publish a book today and tweak it the next day. It's not like so final. It doesn't have to be perfect. Done is better than perfect every single time. We want to help you get that project going, to write that book, create that course, that membership site, to start building income from that thing that you know you're supposed to be doing, from something maybe you're passionate about, maybe you just have a lot of knowledge about. A lot of times it's things that you have overcome. Maybe you have a story where you were $80,000 in debt, and you've got out of that, and now you have a business that's bringing you in $80,000 a year. That's an amazing story. There will be people that would want to hear that and want to learn from you. How in the world did you do that? In fact, I had somebody on my podcast that was $90,000 in debt, and now they have a very serious Amazon business. That was Jamie and Ruthie Slingerland. Or maybe you're a photographer like my friend Katie from episode 8, learning how, you want to learn how she takes what she knows about photography and turns that into extra income besides just finding people to take pictures of. She's done that so masterfully, guys, and pretty much any type of content can be into this master plan of influence blueprint and turn into multiple streams of income for you. Go to influencetheeasyway.com or just go to streamsofincomeradio.com. The link will be there, but it's influencetheeasyway.com, or just go to streamsofincomeradio.com and learn about this. It's a monthly thing that we're doing that we'd love to have you be involved with. We want to partner along with you to get this out to the world, this message that you have. So we're going to do like live calls in that group. You'll have access to us in that group. It's a mentoring program where you can ask us questions. You can bounce ideas off of us. We also have the option for an inner circle where we're going to go very, very deep with a few people. That's more of an investment. You can learn about that at influencetheeasyway.com. And that's for those folks that we just want to seriously just help you map out a plan. Like, how am I going to do this? We want to just come alongside you. We're going to do a retreat next month, actually, at the end of the month in February in San Diego. So guys, go to influencetheeasyway.com or just go to streamsofincomeradio.com if that's easier to remember. And we'd love to help you this year make it happen. So super excited about this. Would love to have you partner with us in this. Guys, this is Ryan Rieger with Streams of Income Radio. We'll see you in the next episode.